Singapore registered several new records in rainfall and temperatures in 2025. It was the wettest March ever and also the hottest June and November ever. Rachel Teng has more from the Met Service report.
It was an unusually wet start to 2025 on record due to La Nina conditions and 3 northeast monsoon surges. Singapore faced prolonged rain, stronger winds and cooler temperatures. January and March saw exceptional rainfall. January's island-wide average nearly doubled the 30-year average monthly mark. March was more than 2 times more. April also saw rainfall way above that 30-year average. 2025 was Singapore's 7th wettest year since 1980. But in the second half of the year, the weather shifted. Singapore experienced its warmest June and November on record. From June till December, the mercury hit levels higher than the 30-year monthly average mark. 2025 was Singapore's 8th warmest year since 1929.
The Wet Bulb Globe Temperature is an index that's used to measure heat stress using sun, wind, humidity and temperature levels. And last October here at Palawan Green Sentosa, Singapore saw its highest ever wet bulb reading of 35 degrees Celsius. And a total of 29 such days of high heat stress were seen across Singapore in 2025.
Plans are underway at Sentosa to future-proof against rising heat, using what the team calls cool nodes and cool zones.
These cool nodes are actually sort of a smaller pit stop like area that's accessible, and people are just taking a respite from the heat as they are moving around the island. Whereas these cool zones are much bigger area where the cooling features are incorporated and integrated into the infrastructure and the landscaping itself.
Some features include cool paints on pavements, larger parasols for shade, and misting systems. It's also worked with NUS research teams to tap on nature-based solutions. As opposed to regular trees that are more spread apart, this microforest provides more shade and helps to trap and circulate cooler air. The overall aim is to make people feel over 10 degrees Celsius cooler in some high footfall areas. It says over 3 in 4 guests have already given positive feedback with the first cool note at Siloso Beach.
And here are more weather extremes in 2025. The west side of Singapore saw the coolest month and day. Teng averaged 26.2 degrees Celsius last January, while on 2nd July in Choa Chu Kang, the mercury fell to 21 degrees. To the east, the warmest month was in June at Tai Seng, recording an average of 29.6 degrees. The hottest days in the east were in Paya Lebar on 12th April and 24th May, registering a blistering 36.2 degrees. Pulau Tekong saw the wettest day on 10th January, nearly 242 millimeters of rainfall. The wettest month in Kallang was in March, with total rainfall over 612 millimeters. The strongest gust was recorded on Semakau Island as winds blew over 83 kilometers per hour. The Met Service says such extreme weather events highlight the importance of climate adaptation. The Sustainability and the Environment Ministry has designated 2026 for this action, with agencies hoping to strengthen weather forecasting and climate projection.
So the research under CCRS and CHORUS will support on both the weather and climate timescales on heat-related observations, weather forecasts, seasonal predictions, and climate change projections, provide information to support heat resilience research around research on heat resilience measures, as well as operational responses to high heat and heat stress.
Singapore should brace for more haze and heat waves around the middle of this year. The Singapore Institute of International Affairs says the first quarter was warmer and drier than in recent years. It says haze unusually occurs early in the year.
Unfortunately, it's probably going to be a hotter year generally, so this may not, ease up later in the year. It's maybe an El Nino year this year, so it's not just a March and April problem. There's a danger of heat waves, wildfires, more haze, and it could get worse towards the mid-year.